Thanks for tuning into the Urban Scope podcast. I have another topic for discussion, not really for debate. Something I was thinking about, being a huge fan of the '90s movies and music and pretty much everything '90s. I was thinking about movies. So this is a topic especially for the '90s lovers and people who appreciate what the '90s brung along. I was pretty young in the '90s, but I still remember those times and still revert back to the music and movies that happened during that time because I think that was, the best decade of the in the world history. But I want to talk about one of the biggest franchises in the history in the '90s, especially, but one of the biggest hip hop movies of all time, and that's House Party franchise. Now, House Party is considered a musical, but it was such a good movie, I believe, as far as the script goes and just the plot and everything like that. I never considered it a musical, opposed to some musicals like Rent or any other kind of musical. I hate all the singing and that's going on. Maybe because I like House Party series because there's rap and it's not really singing as much. That and it makes a huge difference for me. But nevertheless, it's my favorite hip hop movie of all time or a series of all time. So I was thinking to myself, which is what is the best movie in the series? When I say best movie, essentially my favorite one in the series. Now there were more. It was probably seven all total in the series if you can count the extra stuff. I'm not counting Class Act or anything after House Party 3, especially not the LeBron one. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. Most people are not, but I'm talking about the OG movies, House Party 1 through House Party 3. Which one is my favorite? Now, just to run through them real quick. The first one, they're in high school and they're trying to throw a party, and kids trying to get out to go to the party after being grounded and being suspended in school. The second one, kid was in college and he was trying to throw a party for his tuition after play accidentally. Well, he gave it away pretty much. And then the third one, kid was just getting married and he had to pay back a promoter, so the party kind of helped with that. So pretty much the series was built around kid and what his situations was. Now that I think about it, but nevertheless, very great movies. Someone said that Class Act was the best in the series. I can make that argument, but I'm just counting the ones that have House Party attached to them because Class Act had a different plot, different things, and it was just different. Um, but I feel my favorite House Party, for the sake of argument, is House Party 3, and it's for several reasons. Not just because the budget was significantly higher than the first two movies, because the first one, the budget was only 2.5 million, the second one was 5 million, and then the third one was 19 million. So they exponentially got better as far as budget wise. So they had way more resources to pay people and do things and shoot things. So it was a lot different. But the third one has so many great appearances. So, and a lot of them are hip hop. So when you think about, they had TLC appearance in there. So the group, female group TLC, the kid group Immature featuring Marcus Houston, Chris Tucker, Michael Collier, one of the great underrated comedians of our time, Bernie Mac, which is already a great, rest in peace to Bernie Mac, Ross Posse, who was a smaller group at the time, just trying to get a name out. The only thing about House Party 3 that I didn't like is because it didn't have Martin Lawrence or it didn't have Full Force, the bullies that were on that movie. And Martin, he played the DJ. So they didn't have him and they replaced him with a guy named Stinky, but it wasn't the same without Martin. But I liked the movie nevertheless because of all the appearances, the music that they played. It was just everything was great about that movie. But, you know, these movies were good for the culture, especially around the late, early '90s to mid '90s when they were released. That was just great for the culture, just having that type of style and originality. Especially Kid with the high top fade. Play had the high top fade too. It wasn't as high as Kids was, of course, but them just having the style that they had as far as fashion. And these house party movies embodied everything in hip hop. Minus probably even the graffiti. On the second one, they had graffiti, but they had DJing, which was Martin Lawrence's type character, Bilal, and then you had the MCing from Kid and Play, of course. You had the fashion from Kid and Play and others, especially um, Gina's, not Gina. I want to say not Tashina Arnold. But the two girls on the first two movies had a lot of fashion, especially on the first one. Whether you have, the jackets that they had or the vest that they had, it was a lot of style incorporated, a lot of originality that movies don't have now. Everything now is like remakes, but these movies were great, especially with the messaging. One of the best messages or quotes that they quoted was in the House Party 2, when Marcus Garvey, they put the Marcus Garvey quote up when Kid was in college. And it says, you know, if you have no confidence in self, you're already twice defeated in the race of life. Strong messaging, encouragement to people to have confidence in yourself and your abilities, and not just be bound to society values and what people think you are, but what you think you can do with hard work and with your abilities that you have. So all the movies were great for the culture, but I do feel the third one was the best just because of the resources that they had, the amount of different actors that they had, just the setting. It was more modernized, I want to say, but all of them are great. I can watch all of them any day, but the third one is the best. So thanks for tuning in, and as always, until next time, I'll see you next time.